Hey guys, welcome back to some Guilded Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Assassin's League, breaking it down a little bit, and also looking at what is going on in the shop. So if you notice, we do have some crazy heroes that we can go ahead and buy. But looking at our summoning, they did add in a Calling Crystals pack. Now you can see right here, we are getting 30 Calling Crystals for $19.99. Now, if you're putting anything into Guilded Guardians, this is a package 100% I'm going to absolutely buy, because in addition to the Calling Crystals, we are also sitting on 500 box of souls. Guys, when it comes to getting souls, when it comes to building up these heroes, not only the ability to get the souls, you're also sitting on 500 EXP scrolls. This is probably the best package that I have ever seen. And of course, we know that these Calling Crystals are running about $6 each. So getting this Calling Crystal bundle would be absolutely crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick it up, and then we'll do some summons out of here, and then we'll check out that event. All right, guys, and there it is. We have picked up the bundle. Let's do some summons in here. Fingers crossed we can get somebody good. Now, we have been saving all of our Calling Crystals because we knew something like this was going to be coming. So when it comes to summons itself and looking in here, we have a chance to get Fonica, we have Tian Long, and we have Selvi. Now, overall, we have 69 summons. I'm just going to use them all. It's a very special number. Premium Guardians guaranteed in 60 summons, which means we are going to get one of these three. Now, Salve, I already do have one single copy of that we pulled from our Epic Idols, but overall, any of these, I would be super impressed. And if we got anything better, far and above the over the top for these summons here, guys, let's see what we can get out of here. Hopefully, it's going to continue with our luck in this game. So first summons, we get nothing but an Aquarius. Okay, so we got one of our Epic Heroes in here. Summon number 2. Who are we pulling? I don't see any legendary, so Alori. Just another epic at that point. So summon number 3, can we see at least a legendary? It is a legendary, and it's Fonica. Very nice. That is a hero that we have been looking for. So we got a copy and only 30 summons. So we are doing pretty well so far with our $19.99 pack. So we did see one, which means we still have 39 summons left, guys. Fingers crossed. Could we see another hero in here that is going to be one of our very premier heroes in here? This one gives us just a copy of Flix. Guardian space is full. Let's go ahead and recycle some of these. Now, Guardians, we've been saving a lot of these Guardians. And again, looking here at the regular, the common, and a lot of the rare Guardians, we've been doing the same because we have a lot of rare Guardians, but a lot of them are locked. We didn't know if the event that is going on right now, if it would be required to have rare Guardians or anything of that nature, but it seems like that is not the case at all. So we still do have a couple of those locked, but let's see, guys. We still have a few more summons in here. Hopefully, again, fingers crossed, we could get another copy of a hero. There's Corvus, there's Zahara. Come on, where's another? And there's another, and it's a second copy. Oh my goodness, that is a second copy. That means we can take her to 6 stars or 6 enlightenment from the 5 that we got. So we still do have 9 more in here. Is it going to allow us? Not enough Calling Crystals. Is it going to allow us to do one by one? Which it does. All right, guys, we got 2 copies so far. That is insane for the Premium Guardians. Could we pull another one out of here? This is what we've been saving the crystals for. We have to use them, but that is already double copies of the hero that we pulled out of here. Wow, that is a very good pack. Come on, we got 3 more. Just another rare, and our final pull in here. Could it be one? It is not just another one. So we got 2 though. We got 2 copies. As much as I would love to get another copy of Salve, that is awesome to see that we got double copies in there. Wow. And of course, Enlightenment, we do have 1 copy for another. I'm going to wait because I don't know if, you know what? Let's go ahead and ascend this Guardian. 188 to ascend. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I'm curious if we can get this one built up, if we use an ascended version or essentially a radiant version of the hero. There it goes. So Radiance did unlock the souls. That's what I was thinking for those Ascension souls. Might not be the cheapest way to do it, but you know what? I'm going to ascend this one too. And I'm wondering, this might not be worth it at all. But I'm kind of wondering if this, because remember, using an ascended one means that we could raise up the Radiance. Now we know getting the ascended versions, boom, we have 100% chance without using any Radiant souls. This automatically is going to go to 6, and this is going to go to 6, I believe 6-1 for our generation 1. I still cannot believe that we got the copy that we wanted. All right, so we're going to go ahead and sacrifice this Guardian. What should we? You know what? Let's do it. We're going to use them. There we go. So there is the Radiant. Radiant Guardians cannot be used to enlighten non-Radiant Guardians. Again, it might not have been worth it, but the generation 1, we picked up a couple. So go ahead, we'll get our 100% chance in there. That does take her, and we'll take her to 6 for the enlightenment, and then it will take her, I think, to 1. I don't think the Radiance will go to 2, but you can see it does kind of think about it for a little bit. We're going to have to see if this can load it up with sacrificing this Guardian. I don't even know if it's registering that we have it yet. There we go. The Radiance is increasing right there. Wow. There we go. So the enlightenment achieved. That does take it to 6-1, like we were just thinking. That is very, very cool. And look at this. We already have enough to 7. I think I'm going to need a lot more Radiant Souls in here to build this out. Yeah, I mean, 23%. We're going to need a lot more, but I am very, very happy that we got the hero. And then, of course, we did get Salve. So this is going to be interesting. So question about Salve was, does his skills and abilities work with this swap? Swap places with an enemy. Now, of course, does this work for the boss? And I don't know if it works. And I'm going to go in here to the Assassin League. Now, of course, we're going to start. You can see we have all of our basic heroes. You can only have 2 and only 2 heroes when it comes to our legendary heroes. And you'll also notice it does downgrade all of my legendary heroes to only 5 stars. Now, one of my thoughts, first one was right here, Tarvos. When it comes to healing, if you don't have JD, but JD, I might even take Tarvos over JD. This is one we absolutely want. Now, I thought about Leah. That is a big change having that hero, but I want to see what Salve is going to do in here. Then, of course, breaking out a couple other heroes, because that locks in what we have with legendary heroes. So this only means that we have the elite heroes left. Now, looking at the epic right here are at 3 stars. Now, you'll notice they're at 3 stars. Now, one thing that is very important for this game mode, which you'll realize really quick, is this guy right here is a tank that frontline tanks. So he will actually frontline for the boss we have in here. It tanks. So I don't know if I'd add any of the heroes. Just kind of thinking who I have where we could do grind, possibly just to tank the boss itself. And I'm almost wondering if having another hero and another, almost building 2 separate teams in this game mode, which I'm planning to just drop in a couple heroes, and then we will reset this to see. Now, one thing is right here with this hero specifically, has the ability to knock back. So either you're going to be going on the enemy side and doing kind of a knockback, which again, I'll show you. And I don't know if the Scrog pushes anything back. I don't know about the crowd control here. This is going to be pretty interesting. And I want to see if he does teleport the boss. Again, this is going to be pretty interesting. Even thinking of a couple heroes. So the problem is you can't get to the back of the boss unless you have to take out the tank first, is what we're kind of trying to avoid. So even thinking someone who's going to be distance, and even thinking of Desira, being able to go kind of back row in there, I think would be a big difference. Or thinking like the AoE on what some of these casters can do. Again, I feel like the rare Guardians are not going to have enough really oomph, enough gear or ability to really get through. But thinking of the tanking aspect, you know what, let me drop in another tank. And again, this is something that I'm going to reset, but I want to show you kind of the game mode and what I'm talking about. When it comes to the boss itself, players are getting stuck at the very, very beginning, and we'll also go through, we'll change it up with who we have now. Of course, restores all Guardian energy. We're going to get some dungeon coins. Getting dungeon coins early and not buying your very common gear or even the green gear. And I think it seems like it might be glitching out a little bit, but let's swap out the formation. So the thing is right here, and I'm wondering for, let's put Tirok in the back. Let's run double healers in here. And I'm almost thinking, let's go ahead and run it this way. So when you look at Telva's ultimate ability has the ability to knock back a target. So when we get to the boss, there's actually the ability to knock back Torku, or the big robot. And when the robot is knocked back, it gives us access to actually get to the enemy in the back, which is the reason why I'm kind of wondering who we got to stack. Now, I've also noticed in here, very similar to Full House and a couple other events, is running 3 different heroes is very, very important. Now, I don't know exactly how much the domain synergy is going to come into play with this one, but overall, when you're running a couple different heroes, you want someone who is going to wear the intelligence gear, the strength gear, and the agility gear. It makes a big difference with what you do get up on the other levels. Now, of course, thinking of right now, these heroes don't have the ability, because remember, with level up unlocks all of their skills, which means any of our legendary heroes in here are missing in their entirety almost all of their skills. And this is what we are kind of talking about. So let's grab this for Salve, and I'm going to save the rest of this. Now, when it comes to, again, green gear, when it comes to the gray gear, no reason to save it. You want to save your coins till you get to blue gear. Once you do hit that blue gear, you'll have the ability to farm it out a little bit further. And of course, every 5 levels, like we've seen before, every 5 rooms is going to be the same, meaning that we do have the ability to go ahead, and every 5 rooms are kind of the elite fights. Now, the boss fights we got down last time, which I'm hoping we can do it again this time. But again, getting to the actual backline target is where a lot of players are struggling. And of course, we could put in a couple different heroes to see what we could do, get this done. Now, there's a hat. Now, of course, looking at like a Tarvos, since it is based on the attack rating, is going to be his heal. Again, it seems like it's glitching out a little bit when it comes to building this out. So looking at Tarvos, there we go, throw a hat on him. And there we go, got some more defense. So survivability is going to be there, which I'm okay. Then, of course, we are running Aquarius, which means ultimate ability is going to have us the ability. And see, there's the knockback from Telv. I'm kind of wondering, there's the immunity, what that knockback is going to look. And I'm thinking almost coming up to the boss fight, we should wait to use this a little bit. I'm going to turn off the auto. Now, we know that we changed this a little bit where you can toggle it before battles, which is awesome. But I want to make sure that when we get to the boss, and again, I want to show you what I'm talking about with this boss and being able to knock the hero back. So here's our arsenal again, all gray. See, I'm not going to spend any rubies. You could spend some, but overall, I don't want to. Let's go ahead, and we have attack. We have attack, so we'll go ahead and grab this up. Then we'll throw it again on Tarvos, just getting him a little bit more when it comes to the attack, which means a little bit more on the heal. Like I was saying earlier, when it comes to gaining levels, we got to get them to the point where they have levels, unlocking all of the skills and abilities they have. All right, so here is our boss, Rowan. Now, Rowan is going to summon, boom, there we go. Now, watch, Telv can actually knock this hero back, which I don't know, again, how exactly we're going to do this. So if we had Telv maxed out, and here we go. So once we get the ult, boom, knocks him out of the way. Now you'll notice everybody is on Rowan. We can go ahead and now you'll see also the target comes back up. So the robot does come back up, but you can see Salve. So the exchange for Salve, which he doesn't have the ability yet. Just thinking about that. And as you can see, guys, if it's going to take this long to get through the robot, to get to actually fighting the boss itself, this is going to make a big difference. And of course, the hero went down. Very similar to what we've seen before, is we're going to have the ability to bring the hero back up. But I'm wondering, again, kind of early game, we can go through here. We can revive this. Of course, it's going to cost us some dungeon coins, but I'm going to reset this anyways because I want to see how it looks. But again, that boss, you're going to have some very high damage to get through the boss. Now, the boss also reflects damage. That's the other thing to remember. Let's go ahead and go back to the Haven. Again, we can reset this like we did last time. Now, I also noticed that you can see we do have all of our tickets right here. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the tickets forever or if you're getting this many tickets every day. You can also buy 5 out of there. We can restart this. Boom. The battle is now over, so we can restart this in its entirety. Now, looking at the Guardian, this is another thing that I wanted to show you, is when we come down to our tank. And this, again, is the tank that you're going to be fighting. You have to know kind of both of them because he does come into and is a major, major player in here, right here. So the thing is, ultimate defense if it receives shield, it deals true damage back to the enemy equal to the absorb. So when he uses the ultimate ability, he is actually killing melee damage. So again, that's where a lot of this question mark comes in with how it's going to be, because if physical damage is received, the shield absorbs 100% of it, dealing true damage back. So physical damage in this mode might not work in its entirety because of the ability for Tuktin to actually retaliate on the damage. So when you get higher and you're putting out a lot more damage on the boss, it seems like this is going to be a way that you are going to get crushed with the backlash of this ability, which again, we have to kind of play around with it, see exactly where it is. But all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the new event. And as always, thank you guys for watching.